Hello everyone, this is Vishwas and welcome back to our Webpack series. In the last video, we have seen how exactly we can do the code splitting and optimized our bundle when we have the multiple dependencies shared across the chunks. And as a part of today's video, let's see how exactly we can optimize our bundle further with the help of dynamic import or lazy loading. To explain the lazy loading, I have made some changes in the application that we are working in previous video. In the previous video, like we imported Lodash as well as day.js dependency for both our pages, that is home page as well as explore more page. But now what I did, when you go to the explore more page, I have removed the Lodash as well as day.js dependency, and on home page, when we click on this title, we are just showing some toast message here, right? So I removed the dependency of day.js here, and we are only using the dependency of Lodash now. Now, if you go to the VS Code and see my application, we are continue working on Webpack optimization here. And if you look at my index.js file, right, it is just now importing the, yeah, let me remove this day.js. And now it is only importing the Lodash dependency here. And if you look at bottom here, we are using the Lodash dependency with add method. Now, if you look at here, Lodash is biggest library that we are using in our index.js. To understand more, let's go to the application again. Now in application, when we talk about the optimization, our home page load as fast as possible, and it should have the bundle with minimum size. But if you look at our code on homepage, we are loading one of the biggest library, that is Lodash. And even that code is not required with initial page, right? That means when I click on this title, then we are using Lodash to calculate some result and show that on the web page, right? And this is the perfect place or perfect scenario where we can use dynamic import or lazy loading. The concept of lazy loading is very simple. Whenever we are working on any complex operation and that complex code is not required with initial page, we will skip that code with initial bundle creation. And when user visit that particular workflow, then you dynamically import that module or component lazily. Now, to understand further how exactly we can implement the dynamic import, let's go to the VS Code and start on actual implementation. The first thing, let me remove the import that we are adding from here. Then we have actual code here to click on that particular title. And once user click on that title, we are just showing the toast here, right? Now, when user click on that title, then we need to make some changes to dynamically import our Lodash library. And for that, things are simple. We need to use import method here. This import method is provided by JavaScript to import any kind of module. For that, we need to pass the module, and module name is Lodash. This import method is returning us the promise. Once promise gets resolved, we need to use then method. And in this then method, we will write our actual code. Now, when we are importing Lodash, right, we have imported it as a default export and we use the underscore as a variable there, right? So here also we need to provide that configuration. It will be the object and we need to provide the default import here. For that, I will use this, and default import will be underscore. Once this is done, now I can use this underscore as a default import for Lodash. So if I do underscore dot add, it should use the add method from Lodash. To understand this in better way, let me go to the bottom and copy the content that we are using for that toast message. Just let me go here and add that content here now. Now, if you look at here, we are using get element by ID for toast message at multiple places. Just to optimize the things further, I will use const here element, and then I will store the value of get element by ID here. And instead of three different get element by ID, I will just use element dot required things. So same is here, and same one is here. Now we also need to show that particular toast when this Lodash is successful. For that, I will just cut it from here and add it inside. Let me remove this as well and go back here. So we don't require any changes here now, because at the underscore we are getting default import of Lodash library, and we are using underscore here. And now things should work as expected, but now the Lodash library is loaded lazily. Save these changes. Now let's go to the Chrome again and look for our application if it is working as expected. And if I click on this Pani Puri, you will see the things are working as expected. Let me refresh my page again. Now, if I inspect element and go to the network tab, you will see when I click on this particular title, we are basically dynamically importing the Lodash library. So observe here carefully. When I click on this title, you will see the toast message, but you will see we are dynamically importing the Lodash here. This way, we keep our initial bundle as small as possible and load our homepage. And when user click on something, we are handling the expensive operation by lazily loading that component or library. I think that's all about the lazy loading or dynamic import in the Webpack. If you need more understanding around the code splitting as well as the dynamic import, you can visit the official Webpack site and look for the code splitting. So we will get all the idea here, how exactly we can using the entry point. Then we are using the optimizations property with split chunks. If I search here for split chunks, we will see the details here. And to achieve the code splitting, internally we are using split chunks plugin. And if you want to understand dynamic imports, you will see it's here. If you go down and look for how exactly we can import the dynamic modular component, the same example is available here for Lodash. So we are just importing the Lodash here. We are giving some value to our default import, and then things will work as expected. So if you need more understanding around this topic, you can go through the official documentation and look for more configuration here. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you in next one. Till now, thank you. Bye.